Hi, Jackson. You have now day 4 done. Just give me your thumbnail of where you are and where that receiving core is, you think, so far.
So far, things have been going pretty good, especially with the young guys. They've been making plays. Milton Wright, he's been killing it on the outside. He needs to continue to do that as well. Just keep, repetition, just learning the playbook. And those first couple of installs are big for the young guys. And we've been doing that these last couple of meetings, just making sure everybody knows the basic concepts, what to convert on, what not to. So far, we've been doing a pretty good job. We haven't had a bad day, but we haven't had the best day we could have so far. So I think that's something that we need to get to.
Can you determine your good day or bad day by Coach Shepard's volume or his level of enthusiasm? How do you? Is that a barometer of sorts?
Yes, we can tell.
Okay.
Usually when he's running all the way down the field, that either means two things: you either dropped it or you made a touchdown catch.
Yeah.
So whenever the hat goes flying, I would say that's when we're having a bad day. But usually when he's getting excited, we're having a good day, and that's something that we like to see.
You're an ultimate leader on this team, even though you've got guys every year that are trying to take your spot time. How have you reconciled that yourself? Just now that you're in your 3rd year, and everybody tells you every year, well, this guy's going to take your job. How do you do that from a leadership standpoint and a personal standpoint?
From a personal standpoint, you always got to go back to what my dad always told me. You got to prove yourself every single day. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether it's in school, talking to people on the street, or in practice. You got to prove yourself, prove that you belong, and just from experience, I think just knowing the knowledge of the offense and who you're going against and how the defense works. That's something that can help you out, especially with new guys coming in. You might know a little bit more. But at the same time, you got to teach those guys, so that can be very important as well.
Milton Wright, TJ made some good catches out there today. Tell me a little bit about maybe a quick thumbnail on what people are to expect of some of these freshmen that are coming in.
So with Milton, Milton's one of those guys that's very athletic. I love the way that he goes up and gets footballs. He's definitely a deep ball guy. He stretches the field, which can be huge. Especially when we got guys in the slot like TJ, Rondell, and myself down there that can do stuff underneath. With TJ, he's one of those guys that just, once he gets the basic parts of the offense down, he'll be fine, because he'll settle down. He'll be able just to, play ball. And that's one of the biggest things, just being able to play without having to think, just quick recall. I think once he does that, he's got the speed and the agility in the hands to make big plays, and that's something that's going to be huge later on.
About you and special teams right now, where do you figure in on that from that standpoint, at least as of practice 4?
Right now, I'm on punt return, punts. My roommate says I'm the smallest personal protector in the Big Ten, which I agree. And then kickoff and kickoff return. So pretty much everything except for, field goal, PAT, which hopefully I don't have to get put on the wings or anything like that. But that's pretty much, I'm on just about every single one of them.
David Bell has obviously been out. You've got to see him work out and be around him a little bit. Tell us a little bit about him in terms of what you know about him and his personality, but also his skill level.
David's one of those people that's going to be pretty special one day. He's pretty special right now, but he's just tapping into what he's doing. All summer he was hitting guys deep. He's one of those guys that you might not be like, wow, he's moving pretty quick, but he just glides right past him, and that's something that's pretty special. He can go up. He's got big hands. He can catch the ball. He can go up in high point. That's something that a lot of young guys kind of struggle with, is going up and catching balls consistently, and that's something that he does. That's going to be huge when it comes down the stretch and being able to stretch the field, especially if we got Sparks or, Mershon or Milton on the outside.
You feel good about this team? You've been around it now, and their expectations go up, and you're a leader on this team of a pretty young football team. Just tell me how you feel about just the overall operation and where you sit as a football team right now.
I feel good. We got some young talent, but at the same time, we got some veterans that can play, especially on the defensive end. We got Marcus, Lorenzo, all those guys, and, we got Navon at safety. So we got some pieces there on the defensive end. They're going to get those guys going. I like the young dudes on defense, especially on offense. Once we get the basics down, especially being able to thud stuff up front and give us a little bit of time, I think we'll be okay, but it's going to take a lot of work.
Thank you.
Yep.